This could be a lot worse, so you probably need to fix your attitude real quick. Because having a bad attitude with me does nothing good for you.
I believe. Let me see.
Good morning, you're Gracie Cassidy?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Cassidy was previously in court and entered a plea of guilty in cause number 24 DCCR 1480 to the third-degree felony offense of unlawful carrying a weapon in prohibited place. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
It has.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Your Honor, the only, fact I would like to say is she's now living in Georgia and it'll be transferred to Georgia for supervision.
Just make sure when you talk to probation, they'll get that all taken care of. The biggest thing about your probation being transferred is it kind of means you have double duty. So you will be reporting in person where you live, but you're still technically on this probation here in Texas. So it's not like the whole
Pay both.
Well, no, there's one fee,
Yeah.
but you will have to report either by mail or online here as well each month. So you're going to go in person there, and you also have to report here. So you can't forget to do that mail-in or the online reporting here, because that would be a violation. It's just
Okay.
a lot of people they think they're doing everything right because they're reporting in person over there, but you have to stay in touch with us as well.
Okay.
All right.
Judge, real quick, I apologize. There is one thing, and I spoke to Mr. Macon about this previously.
Oh, that's right.
There seems to be maybe a new charge in Georgia. I don't know the circumstances of this, nor do I recognize the charge.
Yeah.
And it's equivalent with us.
Hang on, ma'am.
So that's the only thing that's new that I wasn't aware of, and I spoke to Mr. Macon about before, and he was gonna find out.
Okay, so whatever you have to take care of, obviously in Georgia with regard
I
to.
don't have anything to take care of. That was like what they were holding me on in Georgia.
That's the case, Judge, but
Like I got in a car
I
accident,
didn't understand.
they arrested me because I had a warrant here.
I got you. Okay. All right.
But I believe they dealt with that. Well,
Okay.
there was nothing to deal with. I just like had to find out.
That's where you got arrested, and then they transferred you here?
I didn't get transferred. I just had to sit in jail for 44 days
Okay,
to find out.
okay, got it.
That's
Okay,
sufficient for the state.
All right.
I just didn't know.
okay, Ms. Cassidy, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient of,
I have a question.
Yes.
This packet, it said like I had to do like 300 hours of community service.
We'll explain all that to you at probation.
yeah, that's what happens when you're on felony probation. It's required. If you talk to your probation officer, if you're doing everything right, sometimes they waive part of those, sometimes they don't. It depends on how you're doing. Do you understand? This could be a lot worse, so you probably need to fix your attitude real quick. Because having a bad attitude with me does nothing good for you. Okay. So I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time, I'm going to follow your agreement and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 4 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have a felony conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation, at the end, the case is actually dismissed. You will never have a felony conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, you could be found guilty and sent to prison for anywhere between 2 and 10 years. Do you understand? Okay. One thing is, on these types of probation, if you do everything you're supposed to, I sign early terminations from probation all the time. But it means you have to get it all taken care of early and up front. So take care of everything, and then there's the possibility of getting off early. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. All right, good luck to you, ma'am. Thomas Fisher, Mr. Macon. Good morning. You are Brendel Griffin? And Mr. Griffin, in cause number 24 DCCR 1666, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of publishing or threatening to publish intimate visual material from June 24th of 2024. And what that means, sir, is that if you go to trial and you're found guilty, the range of punishment would be between 6 months and up to 2 years in a state jail prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I have a plea bargain rejection that you've signed with Mr. Rojas that shows that the district attorney's office has made an offer if you wanted to enter a plea of guilty. And that would be for a 2-year term in the state jail prison, but that would be probated. You'd be on probation for 5 years. You would be ordered to pay a $1,000 fine and follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. You have every right to reject that offer. I just want to make sure you understand what the possible consequences are if you go to trial and what your options are. And do you want to reject that offer? All right, we'll get that case set on the trial docket. And Mr. Griffin, Mr. Rojas has been appointed to represent you at this point. He's one of the attorneys who handles a lot of cases for me as a court-appointed attorney. With your permission, I can release him and appoint someone else. Is that okay with you? So, Mr. Rojas, you are released. Mr. Griffin, we will appoint someone today. If you'll have a seat on this side of the courtroom, watch for the clerk. She'll call you up in just a minute and let you know who your new attorney is. Yes, sir. And Mr. Sparks is charged in cause number 25 BCCR 0754 with a third-degree felony.
Pause right here. This is a risky move. The state offered probation instead of jail time, and he turned it down. Legally, that's his right, but it opens the door to a much harsher outcome if he loses at trial. So the real question is confidence, or a costly gamblum
Third-degree felony offensive assault, family violence by impeding breath or circulation. And what is the announcement?
Judge, I believe we're asking for a recess so that Ms. Malpino can send a letter to the complaining witness and get her input on a possible offer of the
Sure.
deposition.
That's true, Judge. I have not heard from her since the original correspondence back in June of 25. If the
Okay.
court would allow me just a short
Sure.
period to send another one. We do have an alternative resolution.
All right, we'll just do a normal reset. Mr. Sparks, may make sure you stay in touch with Mr. Rojas and your bondsman. They'll let you know when you need to be back. All
Thank you, Judge.
right, you're free to go. And then you have a sentencing with Thomas Valentino, Mr. Rojas.
and that wraps it up. Probation instead of prison, but with strict conditions. This is one of those second chance moments where everything depends on staying on track. Mess up once, and the consequences get real fast. Do you think she'll complete probation successfully?